Krystal Paco-San Agustin joins me once again. She is the communications director at Adelup, working really, really hard. And Krystal, it seems like 3 days ago the theme was preparedness, and then 2 days ago it was hunker down. Yesterday it was
Down was
assessment.
done, and
Yeah, what
recovery
what what
assessment.
what what is the word for today?
Well, half a day to the people of Guam. Thanks so much for those of you who are able to even watch this. Comms and connectivity, of course, being one of our greatest challenges for the entire island for the duration of Typhoon Mawar. I think we all experienced drop calls, limited data, and so we definitely need a pivot. I just want to give the people of Guam the latest updates as of 5 p.m. Of course, yesterday, that was Thursday, May 25th, Governor Leon Guerrero giving the all clear and declaring condition of readiness for the all clear from Typhoon Mawar. And what that does is really tell us we're back to normal operations, but now we really start the response, the recovery efforts rather. As of this morning, the government of Guam agencies, critical and essential employees are to report to the office to assess the damages, and then all others are just asked to report to their supervisors. I'm getting a lot of questions about payroll. It is a payday for agencies who are processed, whose payroll is processed by the Department of Administration. I was able to confirm with DOA that payroll was transmitted earlier this week in anticipation of the storm's landfall. And so I can tell you again, DOA agencies or DOA agencies whose payroll is processed by DOA, your payroll was processed earlier this week in anticipation of Typhoon Mawar. I know with condition of readiness for everyone's getting back on the street. I know that's a little bit of a scary time. There's a lot of excitement. I know there's a lot of long lines as people are trying to get food for their families, restock on groceries, and also just, get back to normal, get back to work. And so at this time, the Guam Police Department and the Guam National Guard, they are being positioned at major intersections, and motorists are advised to please proceed with caution. Again, please drive safe, Guam. Our first responders, our emergency responders, we've worked very hard throughout the duration of the storm. Please proceed with caution. Again, you'll see our men and women in uniform manning those major intersections. So please proceed with caution. I also know the biggest thing that people want to know is water and utilities, right? So
Exactly. I was
power.
going to say, do you have or maybe a timeline or at least a goal to re-energize and reinitiate the utility systems?
So late yesterday, Governor Leon Guerrero and Lieutenant Governor Tenorio met with all our critical infrastructure agencies who have basically said that post-typhoon power and water restoration is well underway, but the priority facilities, critical facilities, we're talking about telecoms, we're talking about hospitals, water wells, and wastewater facilities, those will be prioritized. Again, the hospitals, the water wells, and wastewater facilities and critical infrastructure, and I'm talking about those that are dependent on the health and safety, like the dialysis centers. We're prioritizing them, the ports of entry, and of course telecommunications, communications. We're going to get our radio stations back online. I'm not sure what KUAM status is, but yesterday we were in the dark a bit, no radio communication. So people of Guam are very, very anxious for information. We've been working around the clock here at the Joint Information Center, trying to push it out, also changing our formats. For more information on where you can report power outages and downlines for Guam Power Authority, you can call 671-648-3000 or 647-5787, or for people who like Facebook reporting, you can do that on their Facebook pages. Again, also I'm getting a lot of questions about dialysis centers. I'm tracking hundreds, almost about 800 people needing dialysis just yesterday. So JIC, the Joint Information Center, we have received confirmation from Fresenius Dialysis Center. They have opened their Tamuning, East Hagåtña, and Sinahanya centers. Again, if you need to make it to your dialysis appointment, Fresenius Dialysis Center has opened their Tamuning, their East Hagåtña, and their Sinahanya centers. They will contact their patients directly regarding appointments. We'll continue to push out information. I think the priority information, of course, power, water, and utilities, of course, and then banks, as supermarkets, as people need food. Also forthcoming is what I'm working on is federal aid, is all the FEMA aid, the American Red Cross, those who receive the most destruction. And last but not least, working on that green debris. I know people are assessing the damages to their homes, trying to clean up all the mess. I made my first, I drove home yesterday and I drove to work this morning, and Guam is clear. A lot of green debris. So we'll be reporting on where you can prepare to bring your green debris to. Thank you again. I just want to say to the Mayor's Council of Guam, I think our mayors are taking a brunt of the calls as well, trying to get more information out and to support them so that they can continue to help us and aid us in our recovery and resilience efforts.
All right, so a lot of information. And if you're watching this on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, you want to recap anything that Krystal just talked about, just scrub back a few seconds. We talked about the dialysis centers, about utilities, about telecoms, and about re-energizing the island's most critical areas first, and then hopefully, like at some point, and hopefully very, very soon, your neighborhood. So Krystal, we appreciate it, and keep up the fight over there. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much, Jason team.
Bye.